yeah, moving on after that massive debacle with Astro World.
Crazy.
You heard about what happened recently with Dave Portnoy?
Yeah.
That crazy rape allegations that were taking place. I was kind of happy to see this happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
The reason let me explain what happened first, so people don't understand. Dave Portnoy, he does Barstool, which is is it a podcast?
Yeah, I think he's the founder or CEO.
Yeah, of this bar, and I think
They do
it's
a
like
lot
an
now. It's a
entertainment.
company,
It's like they do podcast, music,
music, and
and
everything. Yeah, so he's the CEO of it, and he's been accused of rape by 3 different women. And if I hear someone's been accused by 3 separate women, I'm thinking, bro, you'd most likely.
I don't even think it was actual like rape allegations. It was more like alluding to the fact that
no. At the beginning, they were gassed for rape. They were straight onto the rape.
Okay.
And an article was released by Insider. I think it was Business Insider, and so they accused him of rape. 3 different women, and they had it all done. And basically, apparently, you know, in your Business Insider, if you're going to release an article like this, you've done all the due diligence, make sure all the facts are sorted, everything's that more than likely these girls are telling the truth, like, you know, because you're about to assassinate someone's character otherwise. And it's 3 different women. 3 different women. I see that, I'm thinking, bro, you defo rapist, you know, and that's what majority of people are thinking. You're most likely a rapist, especially in an era where we kind of preach believe her.
Right.
You know, that's the idea, you know, because women can't lie, is what they're basically saying. And so he got accused by 3 separate women. And this reason I was happy to see this happen is because this guy went one by one and dismantled each fucking allegation.
Got the receipts.
I think only the 3rd allegation, it was a complete he said, she said, so he couldn't really accuse, you know, straight up, you know, but the way he 100% proved the first and then the second. In fact, the first, I think either both of them or one of them came back out and even said, nah, it was, who said it's even rape at one point after she got caught out. Yeah,
that's what I meant by the word.
Originally she was saying it's rape, and then later it was like, oh, who said it's even rape? I just said that, you know, I didn't enjoy myself.
And I feel like it was the wording. I think like in the exact text message or something like that, or in the exact interview with Business Insider, she was like, oh no, it felt like rape or something like that.
So
it's about the wording.
But the thing is, at the beginning, so when they said it felt like rape, is that
a new thing now?
No, because Insider said this and everyone was kind of pointing towards that, oh, maybe she's not even saying it's actually rape, but later she came out and was like, oh yeah, it is, and then afterwards then switched and goes, oh no, actually, you know, it's just that I didn't like it, and then I'm like, so let me just say he completely proved the first 2 ones, and then the 3rd one, obviously because it's a he said she said, okay, he's just like, I cannot prove it myself because I can only tell you guys. And after seeing 2 separate occasions to be proven through text, through, you know, direct, and even them finally admitting to it, it's like you're more than likely to think, okay, the 3rd case is most likely also, you know, he's telling the truth. And what I like to see, why I was happy to see this, is because for months, like for years, when people be doing this whole, you know, Me Too movement, all I've been saying is, believe her. What the fuck is this? We're gonna just believe someone automatically without no evidence. Like, that's so ridiculous to me. Dangerous. And then it's like, but men are capable of lying, but women are not. What is this ideology?
He looks like he's about to come after them as well.
Yeah,
like he first did a video just recording himself. He's like, nah, my lawyer told me to say nothing, but I can't be held back. I gotta speak for myself. This is my livelihood. This is my everything.
I think he released one of the text messages to one of the girls.
He was releasing everything, screenshots, everything. He was DMs. He was releasing everything, all the receipts.
And it's crazy because at the beginning, common public opinion was that he's a rapist, straight up. Everyone was like, that's it. Like, and he was getting written
because
off.
he's got access to like young girls as well. Shady business because he's got like a lot of TikTok stars on his like Barstool promotions or something.
Oh, okay.
So imagine he was pretty much written off. And so at that point, when you're being written off like that and you're being called a rapist, you have 2 options. Most people, what they do is they keep quiet, listen to their lawyers, they don't say anything, and they just hope that
then you look guilty just because that's how people see it.
Or what happens is they go on a video and then all they do is they incriminate themselves more, which most likely happens. But this guy went on video and he literally stated one bout and he was like, look, I have to fight for my life. I haven't got a choice. And people were still attacking him. Oh, look, he's trying to attack the victims. He's trying to bully the victims, you know, obviously.
Punching down.
But punching down. And then I was just like, you know, I think it was good to see finally to show people, yes, people do give false rape allegations. Women can lie, and once you're, you know, labeled a rapist, now we know the intricacies of what you know what it is. But if you Google Dave Portnoy's name, rape allegations is what comes up first. So no matter what you say for the rest of his life, whether he proves it even more or not, he will be considered like people will in general call him a rapist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
he'll be
even
like-
somehow, if he somehow gets vindicated for somehow magically, they'll be like, nah, but he's still using his position as a power.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, it's a lose-lose. But
Exactly.
in this, I guess there's like a comeback against the cancel culture kind of vibe going on at the moment. So I don't know, it's fun.
Yeah, he's kind of doing a bit of a comeback, but the comeback is kind of too late. Once someone like it's like once
It's
it
always
goes
too
out,
late, yeah.
once
The
the
second
minute
you're
it's
accused.
accused is just too late, and then and a lot of these women. Some women were even saying to him, like, the one Instagram post was one of her saying, "Oh, you know, I think she was obviously annoyed with him, and she was like, oh, I'm going to expose you. I got so much shit on you, as they always do once they get angry, you know, or some bullshit like that." And then he's like, obviously ignoring her, and she wanted some sort of attention,
Right? Okay.
And at the beginning, her attention wasn't really about calling him a rapist, more to expose the fact that he likes rough sex or whatever,
Right.
But then obviously when Business Insider kind of went for Dave Portnoy
behind the paywall,
and went for him, and so now he's focusing all his attention on Business Insider. How could you bring out an article in which you didn't even contact him more than the fact that for the rape allegation stuff, and you had so little proof, and the fact that he's now been able to prove everything, you've assassinated his character entirely.
You've
absolutely fucked him over, and it just shows us, you know, like, it is risky.
Should he sue them?
I think he should
sue
sue them to the
100%.
ground. I will take every penny possible because you don't deserve it, and I want to make sure he says I won it, and then everyone who comes try to call me rapist in the future, I'm like, look, I won. Proven in court.
Yeah, he must be scarred though, innit? Like, I would be hella nervous getting with anyone after that if I was Dave.
Yeah, bro, we should be nervous anyway.
He's gonna have to ask for the messages now.
If you get with anyone, especially if you're famous and rich, you need to get consent forms. And I think, and he said this, he's like, this is why I ensured I had consent from each person, because not only was I already gonna be doing rough sex, I'm a rich man, so the minute, you know, I've got, you know, I'm famous, if someone accuses me of rape, that's just, you know, you fucked up completely,
right? Yeah,
so he had to ensure he got fucking
no, you did it well then. He went in.
I think one of the tactics also, he says, like, he goes if you, I don't know, he takes the girl to like a bar to, like, or something like that, make sure she gets ID when she gets in.
Oh, really?
Know? Yeah, so he doesn't have to ask her or something like that.
Yeah, so you had to have tactics. You do need to have tactics, especially in that side, and this is what happens. So yeah, in the Dave Portnoy case, I think people now need to understand that, you know, there are disgruntled women. What's that fucking saying that they say? Yeah, was it no woman scorn hath no? What's that saying?
I don't know it.
Bro, I need to find it. Yeah, no woman. It's like,
is it like there's nothing worse than a woman angry?
Scorned, yeah. Like, oh yeah, hell hath no woman scorned, or something like that. Which basically means, a woman who's pissed at you, there's no more angrier person, you know what I'm saying?
If
worse. You piss off a woman, she will come for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like that basically, and you know, there are many women who will be, you know, annoyed, angry, but having regret after the fact is not rape, you know, and we need 100%. To really like dig that into, and I think what we've done is we've been educating men so much so about consent, and men have been listening. Recently, you know, schools, they understand, they've been taught now, you know, no means no. You know, even if they say maybe, that essentially still means no, until you get a definitive yes. And that's what men have been taught. But during this education process, we forgot to teach women how to give consent. How to understand when they have given consent, and what the difference is of regret after the fact. Having sex with someone, regretting it, and maybe you didn't enjoy it at the time, maybe you were uncomfortable, does not later mean you can accuse a man of rape. That is completely wrong. Once you give consent, you need to verbalize no, and that we don't teach women they need to verbalize no, because men cannot read your fucking your mind, and that's the hardest part. It's like we're being told if we don't read and we're trying to, we actually are, which if we see someone who's not comfortable having sex, we're like, oh, should we stop?
Obviously body language, we
can try and tell as much as we can, but you never know, someone might act like they enjoyed it at the time, which she did. He even sent text messages in the after fact where she said, yeah, she enjoyed it, but still was kind of a bit iffy about it. We didn't say anything, obviously, because it's
not even asked for round 2 afterwards, apparently.
Oh, was it? That's the other thing.
Oh.
I beg you. You know, and it's like, how is the person meant to get? You need to say no. And I understand it's hard to say no at times, but you cannot blame someone who's been giving consent, who's having sex with you, and then later finds out they're somehow a rapist. Like, that's so unfair.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, we'll get I just think the education in that side has to also come to both sides. It's not just men who need to get educated; it's also the women.
Yeah,
Everyone needs the
It's a
education.
two-way street.
It's a two-way street. There's two people having sex here.
Exactly.
You know, they teach men like, oh, don't have sex with someone who's drunk, who's not able to give consent. But the opposite is never said about a guy. Like it's just like it just shows you. It's just
What if you're both drunk as well? Like
And-
I'm not making the right
So-
decision, and she's not making the right decision.
okay. So in that case,
Yeah.
I've seen situations where the man is blamed for rape
Still, yeah,
Yeah.
because she was drunk.
because she's drunk, and they assume that the woman is always drunker.
Oh,
That's what they assume. Even though both of them have been drinking, but she's a little bit more tipsy or whatever. Now, like she wasn't able to give consent.
Yeah, yeah.
Please, please. But yeah.